Good morning, favorite rambling redhead here. How you doing today? It is a beautiful 68 degrees here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A ton of dew. And me here with a bit of bad news. So it's Wednesday. We've been here since Sunday evening. I recorded essentially 2.5 days, probably 3 days worth of videos, 3 weeks. And I don't know, on my camera there was a failure of one of the seals while we were swimming in the river, and it swamped the camera, killed the SD card, lost everything. So we're starting over on Thursday. Yeah. So anyway, hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you don't know who I am, my name's Houston, the Rambling Redhead. I am out here on our 13-acre property in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that we will be eventually moving out to live on full time. For now, my father-in-law's business is here on the property. That is our camper that we are going to be staying in for a while we're up here. And let's see here, one of my dogs is back there. She's taking off into the woods. And the other dog and the cat are over there. We've had a phenomenal time up here. Got the boats moved around. We've been just, enjoying life out here. It's slow, it's calm. We've had some stuff to do with my father-in-law since the last time we were here. He mowed the pasture, so we're getting that all baled up. Had to work on that baler a little bit. It's been absolutely beautiful out here. You'll notice that we got the camper in a new place, so it's sitting right here behind the shop, whereas previously we've been in this corner of the pasture over here. You can kind of see my little stakes over there. That's actually where the house will be, right there. But we're over here because I can hook up to power, because I went ahead and added a 30 amp receptacle off of his power box. So it's running my generator every day. You just plug in. We got water run now, so I don't have to worry about filling up my tanks. And then we are right next to the sewer. I am going to have to do some plumbing work to get to the sewer to drain the tanks on the RV, but it's right there, so we'll have to do it the hard way again this trip. But the next trip out here, I found the things that I need and we're gonna get that fixed. So, yeah, we've had a blast. We've been kayaking, we've been swimming in the lake, we've been swimming in the river. We've just been hanging out with my father-in-law. We got all the trailers moved around. The boys had to buck some hay yesterday. Got Catfish Hunter moved so we can mow underneath it. Yeah, man, we've had a great time. You guys can hang out with me today. What's the other days going? How things are like. Train coming through now. So I'm going to sit down with my wife and have some coffee. And I'll catch back up with you guys here in just a little bit. So that's an interesting problem that I wasn't really prepared to have or had a plan for. The property out here is pretty well cleared. It was a haying operation at one time. So there's this big tree, that big tree, one more in the pasture over there, and then a handful with the pecan tree where we eat lunch and whatnot over in front of the shop. Other than that, it's pasture out here. So because of that, there's nowhere to put a clothesline. This will be my second time doing laundry while we've been out here, because we didn't bring a ton of clothes with us because we're in the camper. And, towels and stuff, we didn't bring a ton of towels because it's easier to just wash them than carry 30 towels. So, finding a place to put a clothesline has been a bit of a challenge. Thankfully, I've got these 100-foot long twines. So that'll be the third time I've put one up now. It's kind of high. You can tell it's probably 6 foot off the ground, 6.5 foot maybe. But once she throws a couple towels on there, it'll come down low enough she can reach it and get everything on it. So it should be good to go. It's been a little bit since I've walked over here to this corner, but this is going to be, so where I was just standing, you can kind of see the stakes there, right there, and there is where the house will be. 16 by 32 footprint there. We'll possibly add a 12 by 12 off the back of it for a master bedroom later on. But over here in the corner is our feeder. It's empty right now. This is the deer feeder. Got struck by lightning a couple years ago, so it hangs a little bit off to the side. But there's supposed to be a trail, like a natural running creek, I guess, somewhere back here that needs to be cleared out to get to. Our trail that we used to get down to the river is a little further up, but this is where we'd originally talked about putting the house, was in this opening right here. And you get a beautiful view of the property that way. We'd be taking that tree out. Got a good view of the shop and everything going on up there. It's kind of our original talks. We're having, our front porch would have been about right here. So that would have been the view. It's not a bad one, but we realized over here is where the drain field's going to need to run for the septic. For the septic and the chicken coop and whatnot, we'll instead go back here. As well as I'll probably put up a little fence for the dogs to just have a simple yard to go into and not have to worry about them out getting in trouble all the time. But based on the way that they've acted since we've been out here, I don't know that that's actually going to be a problem. But yeah, this is the corner. I like the corner. There are a couple issues with it. We would get really good shade with this tree coverage being so tight. The backyard would be, and I guess the house would get a lot of shade throughout the day. And it's not so wide that it couldn't go here. But we'll have a porch out here. And it'll just be, I'm so excited. I'm excited to do this. It's not quite time yet to do it, but before long it will be. But yeah, as we walk through from where that site was, we got one of our two game trails over here. We'll walk through real quick. Can I spin this around while recording? Look at there. That's convenient. So this is the, oh, what did he say this was? The West Game Trail. Through here. It's our fence line right over there. And as you come through the game trail, you can see the fence. It's right there. Oh, something's been through here this morning. It came through right there. Oh, well, maybe it was a Gouda. It's my pupper. And comes through and pops you out at the clearing. So the clearing is where our greenhouses are going to go. And I'm going to do some ground growth as well. It's right up against the fence line over here. Deacon mowed this on Tuesday. I got some really cool footage of that on the camera that doesn't exist anymore. But see the clearings here. Right there is the front of the shop and the Suburban. We'll take out this post and greenhouse will go somewhere over here. And then some field stuff will go over here as well. This is the neighbor's pasture right here in our fence line. There, he was out here mowing yesterday. His pond is right down there. There's only, I think it's 3 cows in that field. So, and then the orange gate that we got to get back to functional status. But man, it's gorgeous out here. The weather has been phenomenal. It's been 100 plus every day back home. And we've had a high of 92 out here. Nothing to complain about there. So I guess we'll have to thin that stuff out a little bit too, actually. But yeah, just finished breakfast. Just had some muffins today. Headed back up to the camper now. The wife's doing her laundry, so I'll show you guys that when we get back up there. And here's our laundry setup. It's a bucket.
Yeah, we did. Put dirty clothes in there.
Yeah.
On there.
Where? Where do you put them?
On this everything.
Please put it down.
Okay. And what do you do after you put them on there?
Then we will wait for a second or two. Then I come and go and do this.
Okay.
And then you spray them.
You rinse them off.
Yes.
Then what?
And we just
Wring them out.
bring them out.
And then we're going to...
Twist them and put them on there.
And then they go on the clothesline.
Yep.
There you go. And that's our laundry system.
Can you put these on the clothesline?
All right, well, so first task of the day after the clothesline. So we got this little John Deere baler. Old small bale. Johnny, I don't even know what model it is. Let's see, is it right there? No. I don't even know what model this is, but the belt worn plumb out. I just ain't doing it no more. Split right there. Kicked it off. So got a new belt from John Deere house. Pulling off the last couple bolts now. The customer had the belt sitting on his tractor and didn't bring it with him. So getting that swapped out right now and gonna get the last few bales put in here. So there's probably about an hour driving back and forth on that field tonight to finish picking up the last bit out here. You could see where our bales were last night, that line there. So everything got baled yesterday before the belt broke. So I'm gonna get this swapped out real quick and we will be back in business. All right, well, I ended up having to take the guide rail bolts out as well to get that out, but let me show you how this works. So as this goes through the field, these tines spin. These are called whiskers. Think like a whisk for your baking needs, not whisks on a cat. Feeds the hay into these guides on this rail. Back gets thrown back into that screw, forced over here where those teeth come down, pull it in till it forms a bale, self-wraps it and kicks it out the back. Anyway, I get these guys from inside to tighten them back up. But that's the new belt on there. Looking like brand new. Real easy job. And there she is, finished product. So if you ever happen to find yourself working on one of these guys, you got 2 bolts here. 2 bolts here that come through from the inside. The big bolt down there on the guide wheel. And then a pipe wrench right here. Pull that thing over. So that wraps this thing up. It's ready to get back out in the field whenever they get over here with the big tractor. Whenever my father-in-law gets here, I got to put a lift pump on his truck. And I don't know what else we're doing today. But so far, that's what we got. All right, so next project of the day. Got my father-in-law's daily driver and work truck. The Ram 2500 with the 5-speed. And the Cummins. Needs a new lift pump. So got one here from Amazon. Goes right down there above that starter. You can just barely see it, right? Whoop. There, it's that guy. So I'm letting this thing cool off. He just drove in from the other side of Tulsa, so it's kind of warm down there. I already got the starter disconnected, battery disconnected. We're trucking along, getting things done. It's nice. First couple days we were out here, he's had service calls to do, not a ton here on site. So it's nice to have something going on here on site that I can actually get into and do. So we're gonna let this cool. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee with him, and then we'll dive back into it. Alrighty, well, it's the end of the day. Well, not really the end of the day, but Damien's getting the grill started. He's gonna make dinner tonight, have some fajitas. We finished up the truck, and while we had the starter out, realized that the terminals were broke on the starter. So had to fix those, and that took a little bit. Finally got the thing back together, and then father-in-law left about 3. We ran into town to a couple of different places, just see, you know, what they got here, what's where, and whatnot. Ran around a little bit. It's about 5 now, and we're starting dinner. So we can get a ton done today. Not as much as I would like to have, but that's all right. It's been a great time. Like I said, it's Thursday, so it's our 4th full day here. And we go home Saturday afternoon, so I'll record if we do anything else tonight. I don't think we are. We're gonna eat dinner and just kind of hang out, and the boys, I'm sure, will cut down a tree somewhere and light it on fire. So what happens if I get out here? how to get it off your line. Good morning, guys. Another beautiful day out here at the property. It is a Friday. It's our last full day here. We'll go home tomorrow afternoon at some point. And I'm down at the river. It's like 9 a.m. I had to walk down here because when we were fishing last night, tripod got left down here, so I'd come down to pick it up real quick. But it's beautiful. The wind coming off of this river is so nice. It's nice and cool down here. It's about 66 degrees. There's that rope ladder I put together. Didn't really work out for getting up this cliff. We were able to get up and down it, but it wasn't particularly comfortable or fun to do. So we probably won't do that again. I'll take that apart. And if we swim in the river anymore, we'll just have to trek all the way down there to the pad that you can just get in and out at and swim there. Man, it's been a great time out here. I'm really bummed about the camera. Like I said, I think I purchased the additional warranty that would cover this from the Geek Squad at Best Buy when I picked it up, but if I didn't, I got the money in my crypto account to replace it, so it's not a big deal. Get a new one. But bummed that I lost like 3 days worth of footage and stuff of everything we'd done. So like I said, we're still doing this on the phone. But yeah, so before we came out here, we made a bunch of changes to the camper. The TV, which has been great in the evenings, it's definitely worked out. We did that. We did the window coverings that have been awesome, and then we did the portable AC unit. Now that AC unit, been deer down here. That AC unit is directional, so it can either do my bed or it can do the back side of the camper, basically from where we have to put it. So the dog's down here with me. It's worked really well. I have had a leakage issue out of it once where the pipe came off of it, the drain pipe. Other than that, no issues out of it. But today we will set it up. I'll set the AC for the camper at like 75, so that it just comes on and gets particularly warm in there in the middle of the day. Otherwise, that little unit will do all the work. Because that way, if we're going to wear something out, it'll be that little one. Because it's a lot easier to replace than the built-in unit on the top. So, if you're curious, it's about a minute walk from the river to the property here. And the wife did come out here some more last night. Talked about. Put out some more stakes over here in our corner. So those 4 stakes there will end up being a garden. Right there, this big old monstrosity of it is, it's kind of a tree, it's really a bush, but that thing's gonna have to come out, and then these 4 stakes back here will be the house. So we would be walking up to basically the side of the house and the porch right now. This would be a 16 by 32 house with a 12 by 12 master bedroom off the back. Right here in this corner. View's still pretty bad over here where it's in the shade. And then she can have, it'll stay pretty well shaded all the time back here. Trees on both sides. And the chicken coop will go right there. Pigs will go in there eventually, maybe some goats. Yeah. So I think we are going to work on the boat today with my father-in-law and out west. But as we figure out what's going on today, I'll pick you guys back up. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, me and Drake are off for a little adventure here. We're on the top corner of the property, just kind of off into the woods here. Just see what we can find. There he is. He's over there. We probably should have put pants on first. We're both out here in shorts, but we saw something traipsing around in the woods up here from the table. So, come out and see if we couldn't see what we find.
Dad, wait up!
I am. Can just hear the lawnmowers out there cutting the highway right now. Yeah, beautiful. Definitely need pants. Alright, well, Drake got stuck, so that pretty much ended that. And he's walking back. Me and the dog are Now up here at the top of the property, and just look at this. Look at that. I'm thinking I'm gonna grab that feeder down there. Right down there. Where the house side is. Then I'm gonna grab that feeder next time we're here. Bring it up here and stick it on top of this hill. Load some corn in it and a fresh battery. And see if we can't get some deer to pop out up here. It's not that I want to hunt them up here. Just that I want to see them. I think they're cool. So I'm thinking this hill right here. It's the last crest. The top. Would be a great place for a feeder. And then as you can see, there's the camper and our little porch. So you should have a great view from there. I'm really gonna have to get me a little four-wheeler or something for out here. But yeah, I think right about here would be a great place for the feeder. I got my two Christmas trees there. I'm excited. I'm gonna decorate those not this Christmas, but next Christmas. Those will be Christmas lights and a solar panel or something to power them. So this is the drain off cut. So this side of the property drains down this hill into the river. The other side all drains into the creek. So it's nice and cleared out down there. That I can traipse down almost all the way to the river. It gets real steep. No, we'll walk over there. No, we won't. But yeah, that runs down almost all the way to the tracks. And here's the old mobile. I'm gonna have to get this thing removed, or my father-in-law was talking about just knocking it down and using the frame and building his bungalow on it. So that could be a thing too, I reckon. Some trash over there, fortunately. Right there's where the baler broke down the other day. So that made a little bit of a grass pile. So anyway, still haven't figured out what we're gonna do today. It's coming up on lunchtime now. Alright, so we are in Tulsa at a place called the Gathering Place. It's a really big riverfront park, I guess? Not really sure. The arrow says all I know. Those are cool. Just walked under the highway. It's they don't mow the grass here. I can tell you that. So I don't know exactly what this place is, but we're gonna check it out together. Well, we found a big old swing. The river's flowing over there. You guys can see that. You can see the river. There's a swing Drake's giving a try. Ah, almost lost you. Anyway, it's kind of warm out here. There's a very modern building they're building. I don't know what it is. Yeah, we're gonna keep walking, see if we can't find more play pods. Alright, well, we found the play pod. Number, I don't know, I think this is 2. Oh, a skate park.
Woo, that feels weird.
Yeah, it's impact flooring. I hate this stuff.
How do I get on?
You're on it. What are you talking about? How do you get on? Some more cool stuff like a deacon. And Damien up on this. So they have a bicycle pump track. A bridge to nowhere. A ripping river. There's the skate park right there. See if that guy will do a trick. I don't think we can see him. And the nice view of the power plant. So we are smack in the middle of Tulsa right now. Some sand pits here. I assume used to have trees in them. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't really know what this place is, but look at all the cool stuff. There's little books and posters, and there's a dinosaur bird, creepy nun. Isn't that nifty? Oh, look at all those statues. That's cool. Books and boxes. Huh. Oh, this is the Cabinet of Wonders. Look at there. Alright, we're going out to the boathouse, I think, next, but some cool stuff in there. Looking at cool stuff. So it appears they have bubblers under that pond, so they must have fish in there. But it looks like during a non-COVID time, you can rent like paddle boats and kayaks in there. Paddling through this little river that I'm not really sure where it goes. There's a castle over there. Looks like some climbing stuff. Oh, it's a playground. Oh, cool little community center area here.
By 5 inches. And also like
So there's a climbing thing, a zip line, more climbing things. That was a pirate ship. I don't know where the castle went. I haven't found it again yet, but I reckon it's around here somewhere. Apparently that's a water thingy over there. These trees are for sitting under. All sorts of stuff going on out here. The gathering place. Found a castle. There's a boat. It's another boat.
Go down, Abby. Did you just jump off it?
It's a baby agility course. Alright, so we finished up at the Redbud Cafe. Iced coffee and ice cream. And now we are headed to the car and back to my sister-in-law's apartment to go swim in her pool. And see my mother-in-law. My father-in-law will be there again as well. So that's where we're headed next. Nice long walk back to the car, but this place was really cool. Once we've moved here, it'll definitely be a cool place to visit with the wife in the evenings. Well, guys, it's 6:30 in the morning on Saturday. We just getting up. It's my last chance to watch the pasture this morning. Drink some coffee here in a minute when it's done, and we're gonna pack this thing up. My wife wants to hit the farmer's market with her stepmom. That was a hard one. And her sister this morning. So we're gonna get the camper packed up this morning, so we can try and hit that, and then we'll head out of town afterwards. But it's been a phenomenal time. Been here for a week, had a great time. Learned a lot about the property, done a lot here on the property, broke my camera. Hopefully we can get that fixed at Best Buy this coming week, but I'm not ready to go home. I'm ready to get this big project out here started, right over there in that corner. But we're about a year from that, so I'm gonna sit down and drink some coffee with my wife. We're gonna enjoy one more morning here in this beautiful valley, and then we're gonna get this thing ready to pack up. Camper's staying here because we're coming back in a month, so it'll stay right here. We just gotta pack the whole thing up so that my father-in-law can move it out of the way when he needs to mow underneath it, and then when we get back, we'll just set the whole thing back up again. But hey, thanks for watching, thanks for liking and subscribing. We'll have video content from the house, I guess, here in a couple weeks, so I've had a blast doing this. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.